What are we doing? Let's get this fucking show on the goddamn road. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Painting ourselves some minis today. Well, I did not prime this guy that great. So I'm going to handle that right now. If I can find it. There it is. It's like, I know I got primer somewhere. I primed all these last night, didn't I? Both of these will be fun. I don't know if we'll get to both of them today. It certainly would be fun if we did. But no guarantees. Okay. Well, he cools off. Let me hit this fan. No, too much. Split. Went for a walk just right before this, so I'm a little heated. Little hobgoblin boy. I mean, fuck it, they're both pretty straightforward. I'm going to do both of them at the same time. I don't know why I gave you the Robert De Niro face there at the end, but I'm sticking with my decisions. Bugbear Brown. For the bugbear. See, he's mostly naked. Naked. So we're not having to paint much with this fella. So why don't we just go ahead and knock his ass out? Since we got so much other things to do. Now, it's important that you let the details on these miniatures really speak for themselves. Now, they have exactly what you want to paint, where you want to paint it. They have so much detail, you don't want to lose it because you glob up your paint. Sure you get it out of those crevices so it doesn't fill in those details. Alright. I got a lot more to go. Comes away, comes away. It's really nice when most of these fellas don't wear pants. Don't get me wrong, pants are easier than a loincloth because, that's just one color scheme. But man, when they're naked like this, they sure do make it easy to paint. Like, it makes me want to emphasize their weapons and their shields and stuff more. Their guards. Like, this guy's got some shin pads. Some forearm guards. We're going to make sure that those get a lot of love and display, too. Because ultimately, all we really had to do was paint this motherfucker brown. Thing, actually. Hold on. Ooh. I don't know what's going on with his feet, but they do not want... There we are. It's like, they must be dry. Because they were not taking any paint. Goodness me, there's way more to this than I was expecting. He's got a lot more exposed than I thought. We're definitely going to just knock them both out at the same time then. Why not? Then, of course, I gotta do the unthinkable and paint up his loincloth. Forgive me. Well, even behind his shins or his fur, it's just got like little leather strappies for the shin guards on the front. So goddamn, more and more of this guy's this color. Don't forget the insides of hands, things like that. There's little details. They only really matter to the people who see them. And remember, at the end of the day, these are your minis. So do whatever makes you happy. But I'm the type of person that if I see later something that a detail I've missed, it would just drive me crazy. So if you're of that ilk, Give everything a once over. Turn everything around. Look at the insides of arms. Insides of legs. In the elbows. That sort of places. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Nope. Missed the inside of his thigh. Now I gotta stroke it. It's awkward. Alright. Well, I'm completely amazed at how much, like, percentage done he is now because of that. It's so stupid. Ugh. But let's switch over to this guy and handle his hairy arms. Now, I could do a cop-out move and use the exact same paint. Now, don't get me wrong, I will use Bugbear Brown somewhere on this boy. Probably his pants. But I gotta pick something different for his arms. Just did Bugbear Brown. Now it's time for Owlbear Brown. It's still going brown. It's still hair at the end of the day. I might have put a little bit too much on this. Oh well, we'll fix it. Oh, painted on the wrong thing there. Guys, I got ceramic looking armor. I don't know why. I'm going to make it brass. It looks brass to me. It's going to be a little flamboyant looking for this guy, but that's fine. Wherever you can, go with the grain. It really helps with so many of these minis. And make sure you handle the depth of things too. They are 3D objects. Don't just paint the top of them. I don't think putting my brush in my glass of water would be wise. I've done stupider shit before. Let me re-up on my host raffles real fast. While I'm doing this, yeah, run an ad, why not? Delicious. All right. Let me take the bugbear brown I have left and do this guy's pants. I hate wasting paint. I had all this paint left over. Let's just knock out this dude's pants. Ooh, he's dummy thick. Make sure I paint that. I don't know why they did that. But make sure it gets the painting it needs. He's got a lot of folds, like in his clothes, so... I really gotta make sure I get in there. Yeah, one. This is some good. This is a good little hobgoblin fella. I know typically they're bad, but let's just assume that this guy's fine. Oh, too much. Too much, too much, too much. It's crazy. Put a lot of, like, folds, like, in his pants and at the bottom, like it, because of the wraps he's wearing on his feet and the wraps of his shin guards, the things securing them, are bundling up in his clothes. I'm probably going to come in with some Atu Brown, kind of make that pop a little bit more. Just getting his pants right now, burning off the bugbear brown. It's alright if we paint some things wrong right now. We haven't gotten to them. Besides, we don't know. By the time we get to the end, we might determine that we want to paint something a little differently. That it shouldn't be that color now that we've seen it. That happens all the time. I can't attest to anyone else, but I know a big issue is when I can't tell the details on something, whether it's one thing or another. Like, let's say the guy's got like a shoulder guard and a breastplate. And sometimes it's hard to determine which is which, where the border is. Sometimes you won't know until you paint it. Forgot to paint his little toesy woesies, which are exposed. That's great. Doing a lot of brown, but that's A-okay. It's a bugbear. They're not known for their flamboyancy. Unless you want them to be. You can paint them hot pink. It's your mini. Maybe they're known for their flamboyancy in their universe. You're in charge, not me. I just work here. I won't pay my minis. Slow and steady wins the race. This is all going swimmingly. This At You Brown typically needs a few coats to really pop. But that's A-okay, because I got all the paint in the world. Not really, but I got a lot. Problem is, he's got this little bit underneath his arms. I mean, my fellow friends who have painted minis before know this. The part underneath his arm is always the worst. Whatever he's holding. Don't forget, once again, you got to get those insides of the loincloth too. You can't just get the outsides. I don't like seeing the gray of the primer being visible. If that's fine for you, that's fine. The objective of this is to make a mini you enjoy, not a mini I enjoy. I mean, I'm making a mini that I will enjoy. You shouldn't be. Let me handle that. Remember what I said about 3D objects? See his belt. I gotta make sure I paint the top part of it this color as well, because that's what's occupying the space, the belt, not the brown of the bugbear that's painted. Ooh, look at the confusion happening with 23 viewers. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm painting a bugbear, and I hope your day is going as well. Accordingly. I think I might have gotten a bit of his fur there, but that's a-okay. Remember, we'll fix corrections at the end. Fix corrections. Make corrections at the end. I love this color. It's just so light because either mixing with other colors first or, well, multiple coats. And the problem with that is then you got to go around multiple coats, make sure everything's coated relatively similarly. Don't want any of that gray exposed. I mean, you can use it for effects in certain areas, make one side look grayer, ashier, dustier, older, something of that effect. Okay. Lots going on there. I dig it. I'm going to use the Atu Brown on this dude's loincloth as well. Only makes sense that the looser, lighter fabric would be the looser, lighter part of the clothes. So, I don't mind that it's the same thing being used on both minis. I'm just here for the challenge of painting two minis simultaneously. He's still got a back part of his loincloth as well, it's just not as prominent. Ooh. He's got a bit of his pants need to be redone. So we're going to fix that right now. Even though I got a correct time for fixing stuff at the end. I'm just a big old stinker. And I do my own thing. I make my own rules. To break my own rules. Oh well, shut up. back to the Untitled. But first, some coffee. And maybe a sneeze? Maybe? No. Yes. Yes. Yes, comrade. This makes... It make good loincloth. Alright, I'm also going to do the shin guards in this color. But, ... I'm going to hit either the loincloth or the shin guards. Probably the shin guards so that I can paint the whole pants. A brown shader. And that's going to make them look like two completely different colors. Because I'm lazy. So far, I've been painting for 35 minutes and I've only used different shades of brown. Good for me. Now I said the Untitled brown is light. Now I'm going to slather this Untitled brown over the brown that I painted earlier for the part that I'm just now noticing it isn't like clumped up bits of his pants. It's legitimately, it's all wraps, his entire leg. So now that I've painted brown on it before, and this Untitled brown is a much, like I said, it's lighter, and the colors underneath it often shine through. We're going to paint it all over the wraps, and that's going to shine through with that brown and give us that layered effect we're looking for. Oh yeah, looking good. Looking real good. And also, I know it all looks very similar right now, but when I hit it with that brown wash at the end, we are gonna see some very different colors here. Granted, it's just slightly different browns, but it'll be the effect I'm looking for. And it'll look nice. And granted, it's harder to see the final projects here, but the final projects will be on our socials. Which are right there if you're looking for them. Bronze. Dwarven bronze is what I'm going to use on this guy's little chorus. Oh, my back. It's like snap, crackle, and pop. This is going to be interesting. I also think it's crazy how little bronze you have to use for it to go a long way. Right. This is the part that requires finer detail. But I'm going to give it to him. Because he earned it. He deserves it. Heyo, what's happening, Kit Kat? I am painting a hobgoblin bronze. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing? What are you up to? Yeah, that was fine. I got right at the edge of it. Thought I messed up there, but nope. Nice. Nice. Well, if you're at the point you're just playing with makeup, then that does sound pretty bored. You could always paint some D&D minis. Gotta get under this dude's pointy ear. And I did it. Yay! Oh ja. Das ist gut. Well, I found that I was impatient when I first did it, but Since then, I'm slightly less impatient. I'm going to add a little bit of black to a little bit of brown and try to make a belt out of it. Not for me, for this guy. I mean, I know mixing black with anything pretty much just makes black when it comes to D&D minis. Yeah, I just made it. It just absorbed it and made it black. I don't need to add a little bit more brown to that. Just because, man, it's nice to have a black that's not all consuming when you use paint, but it is. I think I got it. I think 1 or 2 more dabs of that. And I think I got the color I'm coming after. Maybe. Mayhaps. Nah, I just made gray. Nope. I got it. I mean, it's kind of an off gray, but it's ultimately what I was going for. Let me get my hands off the fresh paint. Vic, grabbed it. It's fine. Everything's A-okay. This part that just does not want it to be painted. The jerk. There it goes. One thing that always seems weird is that there's no sheaths. I think that sneeze came back. Hey, bless me. Nobody's ever wearing a sheath. It's just kind of like a sword. Just a sword is attached somehow to their belt. Oy vey. This paint, damn it. There we go. I'm definitely going to have to come over and recorrect some things with that bronze at the end, but we'll save that for the end. Because I imagine I'll screw it up a few more times along the way. God damn. All that time in the water still got black on this brush. There it goes. Maybe a little bit more. And paint that handle. And there we go. Paint it. Nice. Alright, switching back to this fella. That bronze. Gonna put on whatever he's got there on his little belt. He's got like some sort of emblem, something. Probably house sigil / clasp for his loincloth. So we're gonna go ahead and hit that with the bronze. That looks nice. Now we're gonna make a hard skip from bronze to gold. Not much of a change, but I'm gonna make his axe solid gold. And then I'm gonna make the gunmetal that I like making, and that's gonna be his armor and whatnot. And aside from minor flourishes, this boy will basically be done once that's handled. That's not the right paint. That's not the right thing. I dabbed the wrong paint. Ooh, okay. This is nice. I too will join you in this heist, Kit Kat. Good Lord. Royal must be stopped. The amount of money he's accrued is ridiculous. Is there anything gold I can put on this boy? No. No, there is not. But I will keep the gold over here to denote that it has been used It always creeps me out when people use those like overlays on themselves when they stream so they look like an anime character. It's weird. Be yourself or be nothing at all. I mean, that's up to you. You're in 5th place. Doc ain't catching up to you, but you're going to need to get wild if you want to catch up to Crackshaw. Oh, well. I mean, that's not a great omen that we both just lost the heist. So maybe not then. I'm going to darken this a little bit more. I can't believe I'm ever going to say this, but I'm going to add more black to this mix. I don't think it'll let you gamble all. It'll only hit up the max. So I'll only gamble 10K. I have to save people from themselves. If I allowed people to just gamble everything all at once, no one would have any money. Well, such is life. I tried to warn you that the winds were not filled with good omens. I mean, to be fair, though, your luck has usually been on a different sort of plane than my luck. You kind of just killed it, doing well, even when everyone else is doing not so well. guy's slowly looking good. Slowly. Gonna make that brass. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... No, I got all this paint. Paint this first before going on to the next thing, silly. Big old silly head. Gonna do all this for nothing. Gotta make sure you get around those edges. Make it a full 3D object. If you wore shin pads when you played soccer, the top part wasn't the same color as your skin. It was the same color as this shin guard. So, make it so. It's crazy in my paint two minis at the same time experiments, how fast I'm getting them done. It's been working. I've been digging it. I certainly vibe with it. Nice. Wow. It blows me away that this guy's already in the finishing touches phase. Let me bring out that gold again. Because I want to just put this black gunmetal on kind of like certain parts of the embossing of the golden axe, kind of give it a black and gold kind of vibe. But I don't want to do a lot of it, just a little. But it was part of the axe that I had accidentally painted black. So before I continue, let me fix that. And I put gold on the wrong spot. Oopsie boopsie. same exact color I was going to use for the overlay. This is the color I need to make that correction. It's as if things are just happening right. Oh, but I do need to run an ad because it's been far too long. I will be right back. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Exploit it. Get as much out of it as you can. That's the spirit. Just gonna dry brush this around a little bit. It's a little touch up on the gold, but I think I did pretty good compromise here. Just a light, I know that's a very oxymoronical statement, just a very light brush of gold. Because it likes to slather. Here we are. Nice. Mwah! Molto bene. Magnifico. But he'll need finishing touches. It was Robbie Tsunami who gifted you that. But usually if you find Robbie Tsunami on, you'll also find Duncan. They're roommates. They're buddies of mine. Duncan is one of the players in my D&D campaign, and thus a good friend. And Mr. Tsunami was his roommate, and I'm slowly becoming friends with him. So next time I see them, Kit Kat, I will let them both know. I'll let him know. No worries. This guy's wrist's really articulated in a weird way. I bring back out the bugbear brown. Oh, I still have some left. So I gotta put it on these here wraps so that I can mix those with those Artie brown and give his wraps kind of like a uniform color. Best way to describe it. There we go. This is working well. Oh no! I painted his arm, the color of his armband. Whatever shall we do? That's fine. I have to paint his hands, and I hadn't yet, so now I'll fix that. While I paint his hands. It's been a lot of earthy colors this go round. That's okay. Wait, what am I doing? His hands wouldn't be painted this color. They don't have fur. I will take that bronze though, because he's got a ring that his hand wraps are used to create tension for him so that they can cinch shut. I'm going to hit that with a little bit of this. Voila. I know I got goblin skin over there somewhere. No hobgoblin skin though, but I'm just gonna assume that they're similar. I know that makes me seem slightly racist, but forgive me. I don't mean it. God damn. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. I was just trying to rub the excess off on the other parts that need painting, and it just wouldn't end. Makes my life easier, though. All right. This knife needs work. There's a very, very small thing that I don't want to forget about. So I'm just going to knock it out right now. There we go. I want the washes to be the last thing I do. So once something's gone to correction phase, I'll do all the corrections to it. And then once I'm happy, we just slather on those washes, and then we wait to see what our final project looks like. The bugbear is already in the phase of waiting for corrections. This guy's really close. These require just ever so much more detail than the hobgoblin. Where's that skeleton bone? I got teeth to make. Slowly drag this over what his teeth are. And then we give him some like Cambion Crimson. So I do the inside of his mouth. Probably should have done the inside of his mouth prior doing his teeth, because now I got to go past his freshly painted teeth with red paint. You dolt, Alex. What are you doing? I think I did it successfully. Yep, I did. It was actually relatively painless. All right. Both these boys are in the correction phases. Nice. We put him down because I've been working on him a lot. Let me finish up the bugbear. And then I want to go from the bugbear to the other guy, and then that's it. Nope. Can't go it off the scraps. I gotta pour a little bit more. Just a smidgen. A skosh. Too much, too much. Now I gotta add bugbear brown there. Once again, tried fixing something with the wrong color. I needed bronze and I used Atyu. There we are, fixed it. I know I'm gonna need more bugbear brown, so let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. Now that I've seen his fur dry, there's just parts of it that need attention. It's always gonna happen. I don't know anyone that doesn't need to make corrections, either as they go or at the end like I'm doing. It's all about those little things. Something seem a little off to you, fix it. If as you were going you're like, oh, I wish it was a little bit more this or a little bit more that, now's the time. If it doesn't look to your standards, you don't have to finish. Now, I'm not saying chase perfection, because that ain't gonna happen. But at the end of the day, make yourself happy. You want it to look a certain way, sit down and get it done. Just take your time, bite the bullet, and let's do this thing. I know you can do it. You just got to prove it to yourself. Take a little bit of time, a little bit of paint, and give yourself the time you need to succeed. Don't rush it. Just take a little bit of patience. How did I miss a chunk of the fucking axe? How did I do that? How did I do that? grab paint. I think I need a little bit more time with the Yachty Brown, and then this boy is done. I accidentally painted parts of his loincloth hem, his flesh color. No one wants their clothes to be turned into their flesh. I know I certainly don't. I don't even want to begin to know what that looks like. I think you can safely say that I vibe with this. Approved. Now this guy's the boy that's going to need a little bit more work. But all I'm really here for is kind of the edge work. And by edge work, I mean I'm not trying to make sure he doesn't come. Just those kind of, just going around, make sure where his pants meets his shoes, that sort of thing. Oh man, I am starving. When this wraps up, I gotta make sure I go out and eat something. I know I got a house full of food, but I really want Chipotle. Alright. We're getting there. Getting there. Pretty darn close to being there. Just take it slow. told you all those folds would make this part interesting. I was not wrong. Making sure everything... I hate seeing gray. There we go. It's all about the teeny tiny details right now. Sorry if I'm being quiet. The more I'm looking, the more I'm seeing with this guy. There's a reason why I wasn't really liking the look of him. Because there was just a bunch of things that were close to being right, but not quite. But that's what we're here for now. Like the backs of his calf straps here, they don't go all, the paint didn't go all the way up. Parts of his brass armor are brown because it was got the color of his skin instead. Like little things like that. Whole collected minutia. One little tiny issue doesn't make it look bad, but when you see all those small things, you kind of just... It doesn't look complete, if that makes sense. So you just gotta fix them, and when you do, you're like, oh, sure, would you look at that? We're getting there. But, like I said earlier, sometimes when you're painting, you don't know what something's supposed to be until you're done. So because of that, sometimes you just never know until the very end. And that's okay, because that's where the important decisions come in. More bronze needs to be fixed on his back. And then I think he's pretty much set. just saw it. Where was it? There was a part of his belt that needed attention. Voila. He needs flesh skin on his face and hands, and brown wash on everything from waist down. He needs brown wash on his loincloth. And then these boys are done. So I'm going to give him a couple seconds to dry. While that happens, well, you know I'm going to run an ad. Sleepy. When you're using wash, just make sure it doesn't pool up. You definitely don't want that. Then you just get one solid effect in one area. It's meant to be spread out. Just gonna brown wash this whole thing because it's brown. Try and stop me. I dare you. I dare you. I'm just happy how easy this boy was. I mean, he's mostly monocolored. It's mostly just all bugbear brown. And it's easy to determine that because he's a bugbear. Can't forget the hands. Bam. Done. Then I'm doing basically everything from this guy's waist down. Brown wash. Except for, of course, his sword. His thick ass. Let me see. Let me just... Not putting in for a host travel, but getting an active bonus for the next time. Nice. Nice. Time for skin wash for him. And then that's it. 2 minis done in under 2 hours. And both of them, wow, look good. Get my stamp of approval. Well, they do as of right now. I like self-deprecating humor, but not to toot my own horn, I don't think putting on a little bit of flesh wash is gonna ruin this. Remember, make sure you don't pull this stuff up. It's alright if it pulls up in certain areas because it'll darken it and maybe give like shadow effects. Don't forget there is shadow wash out there. There we are. Sure it doesn't pull up in the areas you don't want it to. Because then it'll just be unorganically darker in that area, and it's just like, why? Doesn't even make sense. There we go. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. I dig it. They are both I mean, that was kind of my point. Like, you can try. You probably won't succeed. I'm done. Game's over. Oh, man. My back is killing me. Well, I don't even have anybody I can raid. Pooh. Well, my body's telling me I gotta go in this and go grab some food. So I'm gonna go clean this up, take my photo shoot of my two boys, put them on the Facebook, the Discord, the Twitters, and I will be right real quick with that. But for everybody else, thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow for some Call of Duty. I might be on tonight playing something. I doubt it. I got a lot of adult stuff to do. Chores, things like that. Things to keep up on. If I can hop on, I will, but no promises.